If you're looking to add a fun widget to your stream, then you've come to the right place. What's up, everyone? It's Derek from nerdeye.com, and I'm proud to introduce Win Rate, which is a new slot machine widget that we created. Something I want to mention though, really quick on the channel points, is it does only work with StreamElements. I want to make that very clear. If we can add this for Streamlabs, we will as a free update as soon as it's possible, but it's just not a possibility for how we make things. This has a ton of different things you can do. You can just quickly install it, get it over with. You can change out the images in the slot machine and even the colors and the text. You can add it, of course, as a channel point redemption widget. And there's a minimal mode that you can enable in case you don't want to have a slot machine for all your alerts and still have a fun little kind of theme here for your new alerts. And of course, you can update the language. So head on over to the link in the description below and grab this widget. And in this video, I'm actually going to walk you through all the cool stuff that you can do, how to install it, how to change out the icons, how to customize it even more. Let's get right into it. All right, so I have the product downloaded and unzipped here on my desktop. And I want to quickly mention, if you just want to do channel points, then head into the channel points folder. You'll find a video tutorial right here that you can launch. And our good friend, Mr. Boost, is going to walk you through everything about channel points. All that you really need to do is just double click this link to install it into StreamElements and then follow him from there. Now, if you want to do the customizations inside of the channel points or even the other alerts, I'm going to still walk you through all the custom fields, the custom options, how to change out your icons in this video. But we felt it was just much easier to follow to make a dedicated channel points video because it is a new feature. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started on installing the alerts. So this honestly couldn't be easier. To install both Streamlabs and StreamElements, just go into the alerts folder. And then for whatever platform you want to use, let's just do Streamlabs first. We're going to double click, hit open if you need to. And in Streamlabs, it's going to ask you what theme do you want to install it to. So you can make a new one down here, but I'm just going to import into the one I already created called Slot Machine. Then you can just grab the browser source link and add it into OBS. You would be good to go if that's all you want to do. And StreamElements, you can go in here and then you want to pick the platform. So I'm going to do Twitch, hit open again, and it's automatically going to kind of copy it in. You can see I have two in here. That's because I was messing around with it earlier. But for the most recent one, I'm just going to click edit. And then basically you can go ahead and see here that there's the alert box and merch alerts. That's just the way StreamElements is going to work for this. So this one has most of the alerts, and then this one has ones specific to the merch. So I'm actually going to show off everything inside of Streamlabs. It's easier to show off, but let me show you how to get to the custom fields for each of them before I move on. The custom fields are basically the exact same. There's no difference between them. We always do that for our products. We make work the same way for both of them. So we can see here inside of StreamElements, what we need to do is select the alert box. We go into settings, and then we can go into the follower alert, for example. So we can go down here and we'll see all of these options. You can see slot options, top text template, etc. These are all the custom fields that we've added in. And then to get to these custom fields in Streamlabs in their new setup, all that we need to do is just go under here for Twitch, right? And then let's say we want to edit our subscriptions. So we click subscriptions, we can see different variations. Or if we wanted to do bits, for example, we can click bits and then we'll be editing that. And then what we need to do is actually expand this custom fields section, this custom HTML and CSS section, and then go ahead and click custom fields. And now you'll see all the different options that are the same in StreamElements, just listed out in a little bit different of a way. So now that we have that done, let's talk about actually adding it to OBS and customizing it a bit. All right, so with everything installed, all that we need to do is add it into OBS, test it to make sure it's working, and then go ahead and customize it. So let's do the first part by just going here and copying this widget URL. And then we're going to add it in as a browser source. And I'm going to hit OK. You can name that whatever you want. I'm going to paste in the link and change this to 1920 by 1080 and then hit OK as well. Just in case you need to know, if you need the link for StreamElements, it's right here. And again, all the custom options that we're going to cover is the same in StreamElements. You just need to kind of click each alert here. So anyways, let's go back to Streamlabs and we're going to send in a test. I'm just going to kind of do this here from the side and send in a follower alert test. You can see Kevin is followed. We have the animation playing. Everything's looking good. Let's see if I win. That's actually crazy. I can't believe I won. The kind of default is a bit low, but I'll show you how to up that chance or lower it. So yeah, that's how you install it and get it working. If you just like it out of the box, you can pretty much leave it here and you're good to go with Streamlabs and StreamElements. And that's all you need to do. But if you want to customize it, I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second here. Before we get into all the kind of detailed options, though, really quickly, I just want to show you if you want to go into like your bits and just edit certain things. Let me give you a quick custom fields overview. So again, you just go to bits, you go to the custom HTML and CSS and make sure that is shown, and then click this tab. And then in here, you have all these options. So if you want to just adjust like the win rate and things like that, you'll find it here in the slot options. The text templates are going to be right here with the top and bottom text templates. The colors and styles, and then the actual slot machine colors are going to be right here. And then the big ones are definitely the slot icons. I can see a lot of people needing to change these out really quick. So just scroll all the way down and just kind of choose to remove these or add in your own custom ones if you need to. It's very easy. It'll adjust to however many you add in. And then finally, these sounds will be at the very bottom. So if you need to just quickly edit that, that's where all the major options are. But I'm going to dive into great detail on each of the option sections to make sure you know everything about customizing this so you can make it look really unique and make it work unique for your stream. Customizing this really couldn't be easier. We spent a lot of time building in all these custom fields. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here in Streamlabs just so you guys can see a bit bigger of what's going on. Again, I'm working on the bits alert here. So let's go ahead and just go down to the custom HTML and CSS section. Make sure that's expanded here. And then we're going to go into the custom fields tab. Now, the first thing that we're going to see is the show slots on alert. This is actually just the way to enable a minimal version of the alert. So if we set this to no, the slots won't play. And then we can also adjust the volume here as well. So I'm going to just set that to 0 just so you have a nice alert just kind of pop up. The next thing we'll see here is a win percentage. So if we have this disabled, the win percentage obviously doesn't matter, but this will be literally the percentage to win. If you set this to 100, someone will win every time. If you set it to 50, it'll be a 50% chance. And then we have the near win percentage option here. And what this is sometimes the slots will show 2 icons in a row and then they'll still lose. So you can add a little bit of drama to your alerts by, upping this maybe to 50% or something like that. So it's really up to you, depending on the reward or just what kind of fun you want to have with this, you can adjust that. The one thing I want to mention though, is that for both of these, make sure they don't add up to more than 100%. While we did our best to kind of work around that, it could cause some weird issues with your percentages and how often people are winning. So definitely kind of set it to what you think will work and then test it out a few times and you should be good to go. And then I'm just going to hit save here before kind of showing anything else off. I want to show you the minimal look before we change it back. So if I send through a test here, you'll see here, these are what are called the expression images. And then of course, this is the top text template. So this is the left side, the middle, and the right side of that template. I'll get more into that in just a bit though. Let's go ahead and re-enable the slot so because I'm going to set this to 100%. And then I'm going to set this down to 0. That way we're not over 100%. And I'm going to leave on the icon explosion when we win and the wheel spinning blur. You can disable this. The wheel spinning blur, I would only disable if you don't like the look or if you want to completely save resources. It will disable motion blur on the spinning animation. And with that, it does help on performance, but it will look a little weird. And then if you want to, you can go ahead and add in your own images here for the expression areas that I just pointed out. And, you can put in basically whatever you want. I like just having kind of emotes or just kind of leaving the default just to have something kind of floating. Or of course, you can disable it as well. So let's go ahead and save settings. And I just want to point out whoops, I don't mean to hit launch. Let's send through another bit alert here. I do want to point out again, so this is the top text template. These are the expressions. Blur here is on currently, and then you can see all the animations playing. And then this is actually the icon explosion. So If you don't like that, you can go ahead and disable that as well. That'll save a little bit more performance, but honestly, this is pretty lightweight. We did our absolute best in kind of coding this, the best that we can to make it lightweight and work for everyone. So I'm going to hit save settings just once again, just to kind of update it and not have that icon explosion on. And for the next part, I'm going to go into detail about these text templates because they are important. But before I do that, I just want to scroll down. If you're just looking to swap out your icons, you can do so here. And then of course, there's different sounds as well. We did our best to kind of add as many sound effects as we could so that you could kind of, space it out a little bit. So you can see there's a spinning sound, a starting sound, a loser sound. If you want to, you do not have to worry about these sounds at all. Just leave them on as default. I think they sound pretty great. But if you want to go crazy and make your own spinning sounds, or when reel one clicks into place, that's the sound that will play. If you have a winner or a loser sound, you can edit those here and just do the normal thing in Streamlabs or StreamElements, change things out, and you'll be good to go. I'll go over this though in a little bit after I cover the text templates. All right, so customizing the text is easy, but we did add a lot of customization to it. So I want to make sure we cover this in detail. You can see where we have the top text templates and the bottom text templates. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to yes. And this looks like just a bug with Streamlabs, so just ignore that at the moment. It might happen here as well. But basically, if you set them to yes or no, it should just be good to go. We'll see if we can fix that up with Streamlabs before we send this out though. But yeah, don't worry about it too much. Let's go ahead and hit save settings. And then I'm going to send in one more alert and point out the text templates again and kind of the parts of it. So we have the top text template up here, and then we have the bottom text template down here. You can see we have bolded on the left, kind of normal text in the middle, and then bolded highlighted on the right. And that will make a lot of sense for each one. That way you can style this exactly how you want it to look. So if I go down here to the top text template, which again is enabled, we'll see here that the left style of the template is bold. That's why it was bolded. If we wanted to, we could change it to none, highlight, or bold. So I'm just going to do highlight for all of them just to kind of point out how that works. Actually, let's switch it to highlight, bold, and none. Actually, that'll be a little bit easier. So we have the left style now will highlight, the middle style will be bold, and then the right style will not have any kind of style to it at all. Inside of the left text template, we have the name, then we have the word cheered, and then we have how many amounts of bits. So if I go ahead and save that, it will make a lot more sense once we kind of just play through it one more time. Oops, don't want to click that. Let's go ahead and send that through. So we can see here we have the name, cheered, and then amount of bits, highlighted, bold, and then nothing. So again, just check this out. Highlighted, bold, nothing, name, cheered, amount of bits. So that's how that works. You don't have to worry about adding like spaces or anything before or after unless you really want to. But we set that up just so you can really style it and get it how you want it to look. You can see here that the bottom has none for defaults of all the styles. And then thanks for the bits. You could even just delete this if you really wanted to, and you could put thanks for the bits in just one of these, and then it'll automatically kind of style it and make it look good. So yeah, we put a lot of work into this just so you could do little things like this. So we hope you guys like that. If it is confusing, let us know. Send us an email. If you do see any bugs, by the way, send us an email as well. We'll make sure to update it ASAP and get it right for you guys. So anyways, that's the text templates. And again, those are very important. Of course, if you want to change your language, change the wording of things, just go ahead and do that right there. Now, before I get on to the text colors and styles, I do want to talk about the icons just really quick in detail. You can see here that we have all these different icon files that we wanted to add, but you do need a maximum of 3. But let's say you only want to use 4 icons. You can just remove all the icons that you want. Up to, I would say leave in 4, or else it's not going to look too good. And then this will automatically just pull in your files and only use the 4 icons that you have. So let's go ahead and send in a test here. And then you'll see here that we only have the 4 icons. It's a bit easier to see when it slows down a bit, but basically the lightning bolt, the diamond, the orange, and then the cherries here. So what if you want to add in your custom ones? Well, it's just as easy as pretty much anything else here. I can go ahead and just remove all these. And then I actually have some custom icons from our friend Caps Lock Neon here that I'm going to load up. And basically, I have all these example emotes that I want to add in. So what I can do is I'm just going to click this upload button. And then in the upload section, I'm going to add in a bunch of emotes. So I'll go ahead and drag those in. Oh, 3 at a time. Sorry, I forgot about that, Streamlabs. Please don't be upset with me. Okay, so I have the 6 icons uploaded that I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just select that one. Go ahead back in here into my uploads. We'll select this one, and then we'll just grab a couple other ones. As you can see, it's quick and easy to just upload whatever icons you want to use. Make sure you're using PNGs, GIFs, or JPEGs. And I don't know if I use that one or not, but okay, I think that's good enough. So let's go ahead and hit save. And again, thanks to Caps Lock Neon for letting us use his emotes for this. And then I'm going to go ahead and send in the test here. And you can see here that now it has custom emotes. So it's super easy to do, super easy to customize and get done. And again, you can use pretty much whatever icons you want and just use the amount that you want. But again, I kind of recommend at least 3. All right, so the last thing I want to show is the color settings. And I have a kind of test button over to my side monitor. So if you see these appearing in OBS, it's because I'm pressing the test button, but I kind of want to be able to talk about the colors as we see them. The first thing we have is the text colors. So, and the styles, of course. So we have the font weight, the font size. That'll all be pretty straightforward for both of those. And then of course the text color itself. So I'm going to send in another test here. And then basically what we have is the top line highlight color. So what this kind of color is, the bottom line highlight color. So if you want to add a highlight here to be different, you can do that. A background color for the text, which is this white area there, and then a border color, which you can't really see because of this dark background, but there's a border around all the text. So you can make changes to all of those colors here. And then let me send in one more test here so we can talk about the slot machine itself. So we have the top, middle, and bottom gradient colors. It's actually kind of this section right here if you want to make a different looking gradient. It all has a border color as well. And then a slot inset, which is kind of the color that shows on the inset of the individual slots themselves. So you can kind of see the inset right here. And then we have the side accent color, which is right here. It's kind of hard to see unless you're kind of zoomed in, but you can definitely dial that in. And then you have a bottom border color and then the light panel. The light panel is actually a pretty important one. So if we send through one more test, we should be able to get through all these. The light panel here is where all these kind of lights are flashing. And then we have the light color themselves. So if you wanted to change these to red, blue, or whatever kind of lights that are kind of blinking if people win, you can do that right there. That should cover all the customizations. Remember, you can go ahead and edit in the sounds. I think we're going to update it just to have a minimal sound as well, in case you are using minimal mode and you want to have its own kind of custom sound. That way you don't have to not have a sound. And just a little thing to note here, like most of these default options we try not to use when we're designing these ones with so many custom options. That way all the major options are all in one place. But some of the stuff like we can't really control, like the alert animation, fade in and fade out. We can't control that. That's always going to basically fade in and fade out. So if you want to edit that, you can do that there. And then the total alert of the duration of the alert is going to be always affected inside of Streamlabs at least, and StreamElements as well, I believe, to where this actual alert duration means 15 seconds between each alert before the next one plays. So like if you want a minimal one to be fast, you can dial this down to like 5 seconds or something like that and still be able to do this like a quick minimal alert. So let me show you just a quick example of that. So I'm going to show slots to no. I'm going to hit save, and then on my side monitor here, I'm going to go ahead and send in a quick bits one. So we'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it should fade out and be ready for the next alert to kind of queue in. So that's just a little kind of quirk here of just Streamlabs, StreamElements. Make sure you're setting the alert duration appropriately for each one, but also giving it enough time to spin, which 15 seconds works really nice. And of course, play your sounds if you are using the slot machine. Real quick, something I wanted to mention with the kind of minimal alert. If you set this to no, the show slots on alert to no, you can disable the sound completely by setting this down to 0, but we'll also have some code in there that should do that automatically. But just to be safe, you can set that to 0. But let's say you want to play a sound with this as well. What you can do inside of Streamlabs is scroll up here to the sound section and then just choose any audio file. This will always play in Streamlabs, basically no matter what. You can use this to adjust, the kind of as soon as the alert comes in volume. And then I'm going to hit save settings and send through a test here and just make sure everything's working. And then I don't know if the sound is coming through, but I do promise it will work like that for Streamlabs. And then again, on StreamElements, you can go ahead and upload the sound right here and adjust the volume. That way you can have a custom sound with the minimal alert look. And just a really, really quick note, the alert duration as well can be adjusted. So if you want to set this down to 3, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, and send through a new test here, you'll see that this will only show up for 3 seconds and then go off the screen after that amount of time. So anyways, I've been Derek with Nerd or Die. Thanks so much for checking out this video. I know it's a lot, but we love baking in tons of options. If you don't like options and you just want to see more stuff from us, let us know, because it does take a bit of time to add in options. So we're open to hearing your feedback on that. But we do like giving you guys the option to really customize it to your channel and making it work for you. That way, all the slot machines out there aren't the same one. And hopefully you can have a unique kind of flair to your stream with our product. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.